first session. In this session, what we will discuss is more about in the context of the difference between B2B and B2C. If you have read the case, it talks about consumer decision journey, which I have talked in the last class. Okay, you want me to be louder? Just give me a minute. Maybe I can put the headphone. Okay. So are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So
Yes.
one of the participants said, if I can be a little louder, I hope the person is able to hear me loud and clear.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Okay, so now I will take you through the difference between B2B and B2C, and we will figure out how there is a difference and how consumer insight can help us. And also we'll go through the case which was given in your course. Have you gone through the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So let me use the whiteboard. Yeah. So first of all, as I said in my last class, we talked about consumer decision journey. What are the different stages? What are the buying situation? We also discussed about the type of product, the type of person, and also we need to understand the context. So when we talked about the stages, need recognition, search for information, evaluation of alternative, purchase action, and post-purchase action. Over here, intention. Sometimes when we are talking about intention, the intention may not get culminated to action, it stops here. So you need to be extremely careful why intention stops there and what we can do. So maybe we need to understand that. So we also discussed about buying situation, which is routine buying, limited buying, and high buying situation, high involved buying situation. We talked about types of product. Basically, I said low involved product and high involved product. Then we talked about type of person, which is rational versus emotional. Emotional does not mean the person cries. Emotion means he's guided by the moods and psychological factors. When I say rational, it is all about logic. So it depends upon, are you using system 1, system 2? System 1 is, heuristics, intuition, more of impulse. You give very little importance to analysis. You are more guided by the environmental factors or situations. But if I go for system 2, you are very logical, you think a lot, you are analytical, you go for a detailed information, you are not carried with some of the psychological factors or situational factors, you use your brain and the logic. When we are talking about the context, it may be a traditional consumer behavior who is buying totally physically, meaning in the sense he is buying from the physical store. You may talk about contemporary consumer behavior where people are buying online, digital, or through the social media. So when people are buying in the physical, let's say Gautam is buying physical, Amit is buying through the digital, and Anzar is buying through social, they will behave in a very different way. And it's not necessary that Gautam will always buy physical. He may go for a combination. So that also we need to be extremely careful about. Once we know all these things, we need to understand where the pain lies. Where is the pain? Where is the pain point and how I can convert it into gain? Now, when I convert it to gain, which will be how and for whom? So for everyone, I may not be interested to converting it into gain or may not be immediately. I may take some time. So my priority for the customers will vary. Customers who will be more valuable for me maybe I will focus on them more than those who are not very valuable. Reason being, I have limited resource, hence I cannot focus on all. And customers who are dissatisfied versus satisfied versus delighted, in order to address them, they have to be addressed in very different ways. They are not same. So the person who is dissatisfied will need more attention, more personal care, more hand holding than a person who is delighted. We need to only maintain these people. And these are the people who are valuable because they may be buying frequently, or they may be buying a high ticket item, or they may not be buying, but they have attitudinally loyal to me, meaning I may not be buying Harley Davidson, but I will be speaking, writing reviews, participating, giving my feedback when there is a need. So I am a loyal customer. I'm a valued customer. I should be given preferential treatment. So this was what was discussed in the last class. In today's class, we will also figure out when I say context, as I said, whether it is physical, whether it is digital, whether it is social. Besides this, we also need to know whether it is B2B or whether it is B2C. So when, let us say, I am selling a laptop to customer A vis-a-vis customer B. Customer A is a person who is buying a laptop for personal use. Customer B is a customer who is buying a laptop for professional use. So this customer is institutional, which belongs to B2B, and this customer is individual and belongs to B2C category. Hence, should I be pitching, approaching, using the same salespeople for customer A vis-a-vis customer B? The answer is no. Why? Because there is a difference in the context. So if I am the customer A is me, I will be buying a laptop for my personal use or for my family use. And the same customer, which is me, will be buying laptop and not one, maybe a bulk, for I am indoor, yeah, and I am a part of the purchase committee. So my buying behavior as an institutional buyer vis-a-vis as an individual buyer will be different. So let's try to understand what is the difference. So can anyone tell me what are the difference when we go for addressing a buyer who is representing this zoner vis-a-vis a buyer representing this zoner? So first, what is the difference?
The configurations may be different for a personal use, while in case of the
Requirement
institutional.
may be different. Requirement may be different. So like, for example, you have professional and you have, simple version of Microsoft Office,
Exactly.
right? So it may be for home use, for domestic use, and some may be for professional use. Why? Because your requirements will be different. Okay. Second,
Quantity also can be
very
the
good. The volume of purchase.
volume.
So here it is voluminous, which is more, and here it is always limited. I will not be buying, 10 computers in one go. I may be buying one computer and maybe after some time, maybe maximum one or two, but not at a go, a huge volume. So volume is something which makes the difference. Okay.
Buying process will also be differ when we talk about the individual or the institutions. So buying process will also be differ.
Okay. So why you say the process will be different? Can you just elaborate on it?
For example, if an individual want to buy a
Ma'am,
laptop,
time
he will
taken to
Yeah, one by one. Yeah.
for example, the individual is going to buy a laptop, so he'll go for a particular retail shop or somewhere for the showroom, and actually he will buy directly. But when the institution is going to buy any laptops for maybe for in quantity or something else, so there is a particular process, like they need to find out some particular vendors
Okay.
for the same, and
Fine.
then they need to get the quotations, and this
Correct.
all
Correct.
process will be there.
Absolutely. So process difference is, one is DMU, the decision making unit. So when you are buying as institutional for an organization, Then you have a DMU. The DMU consists of many individuals from different departments, and they constitute a purchase team. So you need to be extremely careful who constitutes the decision-making unit, meaning the size and the person's expertise or experience. So if a person already has bought laptop, he has experience, last so many years he is in the process of buying laptop, and he is a part of the purchase team, and he is very senior near to the management, you need to understand how to pitch him. Right. So how many people are involved in DMU? So somebody maybe from finance, somebody from marketing, somebody from quality, somebody from HR. You need to understand the number, their requirements, their experience, expertise, and how powerful they are in the purchase committee. Whereas as an individual, when I'm buying, maximum I may involve my family members, or I may be individually involved. So therefore, you need to understand the first thing, which is DMU, which is called Decision Making Unit. Next is your scope of negotiation. Because you are buying in bulk amount, there is a space for negotiation. So there is a lot of terms and conditions. So because I'm buying in bulk, I may say I will not be able to, make the payment upfront. It may be in terms of the terms and conditions of the organization and how much I can bargain with the vendor. So therefore, there is lot of space in terms of negotiation, understanding terms and conditions, and signing the contract. Once it is done, you cannot change. And it is very official, documented, and you may be asked for the so-called notice that why did you entertain a particular vendor, what was the reason, why you did not follow a policy or the norms or the rules. The next difference is in terms of the process is, as I said, the relationship is something which is extremely important in B2B. Why? Because when you are buying in huge amount, let us say I am buying 50 laptops for I am in the maintenance of the laptop, for which I may go for an AMC, annual maintenance contract. If something goes wrong, it may impact the productivity of the company. Therefore, the organization which supplies should be very prompt in giving services and other type of support. Your reputation, your services, the relationship, all these things matter because of the volume of business which we are dealing with and the impact it may have on the productivity. For example, if today during the class the internet does not work or the laptop crashes, it impacts my class. But if I'm using a laptop and something goes wrong, personally I may be affected, but it has no impact on the organizational productivity. So therefore, you need to be extremely careful what type of service, how prompt is your service, which is what you are giving. And also there is something which is called switching cost. What is switching cost? Switching cost means if I am changing my vendor from Dell to HP, there will be a switching cost because I have to have a different setup. Maybe the training has to be given. Maybe the configuration has to change. So always remember about switching cost. Switching cost is, need I have to invest more in terms of infrastructure, learning, training, relationship, all those things. So, and also, sometimes I'm very comfortable having the relation with a particular agent. When the agent or the software or the platform changes, it really makes my life difficult because I'm used to a particular way of working. But now I need to learn, change, and adapt. So that's the switching cost. So many organizations, because we are buying in bulk and they want a repeat purchase from that organization, they would always try to cover up the switching cost, meaning they will bear the switching cost. They will give us free training. Probably they will give us infrastructure. Possible they will give us, a 24/7 remote service and many more. So therefore, you need to understand in B2B, this is something which is extremely different. Next point of difference. Can anyone tell me number 4 point of difference?
Time taken will be a lot more.
Correct. So
B2B.
selling cycle is extremely in some time, in some situation, it may be longer. For example, if you are going for a turnkey project or if you are going for a construction or modernization, it takes a lot of time to pitch your sales and get the contract and the payment realized. You cannot be restless, so it takes a lot of time. Hence, the salespeople who would be recruited, trained, and deployed for B2B would be very different than the salespeople who will be pitching their sales for B2C. Yeah, that's the difference. Any other difference?
B2C, like customer is the end consumer in this, whereas in B2B, the B2B context, like customer is an organization. And a part of this, like I feel like the pricing also matters. Like if individually I'm going and I'm purchasing any product, so obviously, like as per my need, maybe I can choose very expensive or nominal thing also. But for the organization, depending on the organization, requirement, the pricing can be as per the organization, not as per the individual person.
Sure. So therefore, we have written requirement. It's not only price. The requirement can be in terms of terms and conditions of the
Yeah.
payment. Requirement can be anything. I need a document which has to be written document. Correct? Maybe in personal we can depend on the verbal, terms and conditions. So any other difference? Yeah.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Can I say now? Yeah. So the difference is entire purchase process and the offering also. There are lots of technical differences. Like in B2C, typically, I'm in consumer durable industry. So if I give example, in a B2C purchase, the normally one is the offered price. This apart, several consumer schemes are there like cashback, okay, or some particular coupon of a valid coupon. These are the techniques or value added offerings. There can be multiple layers in the offerings, but in B2B it has to be a firm offer with a typical commercial payment terms is quite different from the B2C, because B2C is mostly cash and carry. But in B2B, there are credit line or in bank guarantee can be there, and the payment terms is usually in credit ranging from 15 days to 90 days also.
Okay, fine. Rohan.
Extended this discussion, it will also consider to be some kind of loyalty program for in case of B2C that cannot be possible with the B2B and negotiation process. I think so in case of B2B, it will be more stringent because they will
I've
negotiate
already
with.
written negotiation. Yeah. Taran.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. So, in a B2C customer, he will be more emotionally involved in the purchase, where he's like, "Hey, this is like hard saved money, hard-earned money, and I am putting in for this particular one device." Whereas in B2B, the emotion more than emotional quotient, it will be more intellectual quotient, which will be involved, that how it is going to affect the bigger masses. So that will make a difference in the buying processes of B2B and B2C.
Fine. So when you are saying emotional, I would rather say it's more of a, aesthetic, more of the visual appeals. All these things matters.
Yeah.
But in B2B, it's more of
Yes.
rationality because it has to
Yeah.
increase the productivity of the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Any other? Yes. May I ask?
Yes,
Amit?
one more point, madam, I would like to tell one
We
important point.
will give everyone a chance, and then maybe you can speak. Yes, Amit.
Well, ma'am, three things I would like to mention. One would be definitely all the four P's, whether it's a B2B or B2C, product, price, place, and promotion, that should be considered, which we have anyway catered. Second is the example, as in, the SAP to SaaS model. So let's say in order to implement SAP system, you need hardware into the system, which takes a lot of money. Vis-a-vis, if you go back to this software as a service model, and the switching cost would be lower, as in you don't need to spend on the hardware. and at the same time everything can be accessible globally. But I think performance review is something which we should definitely put as a fifth point, because considering B2B and B2C and customer to a large organization wherein the decision makers are a champion is what we call it, because there are different stages in terms of closing an opportunity. So there are people, let's say CFO is involved, the right example which you have given, the IT people are also involved,
So
but
we
at the
have
same
already
time,
taken DMUs.
yeah, yeah,
So
and
what
and,
I
and
said,
relationship.
relation also has been taken care, which is this. So what I actually wanted to say, somebody said there is a difference between P's. So P's will vary not only in B2B and B2C. Even in B2C, depending on the type of the product, P's will vary. In B2C, is the product a convenient product or is it a durable product? All the durable product, the marketing mix will vary. For convenient product, mix will vary. So we are not talking about from marketing perspective. We are talking from the buyer's perspective, how buyers behave differently in a B2B vis-a-vis B2C context. So naturally, when I am a person who is buying laptop for I am Indore, I am the buyer. So if I am buying laptop for sell, I don't have much scope of negotiation. I happen to be very formal. Nobody will question me and ask me. There is no rules, regulations. Yeah. There is no decision making units. Hardly there will be a switching cost because I'm buying only one laptop. Yeah. So the volume, the relation, the negotiation, the process, the DMU, the switching cost. Yeah. All these things would be something which you will make the difference. And somebody talked about the promotion, that we are giving different types of promotion when we are in B2B and different type of promotion when we are B2C. Fine, because your clients are different, they are not same. That we will discuss. But then my specific question was how a person behaves when he is buying something for institution versus when he is buying something for individual, for himself or the family. Okay, Sandeep, and then we will move on to the next topic. Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah, in B2B, they will insist on all kind of compliances to be in place like GST, TDS, legal softwares. Whereas in B2C, they may not insist so much on, if they're trying to save money, they will not insist so much on the compliance part.
Absolutely. The norms, the rules, the policies, all will force you to behave in a particular way. Yes, anything else other than what we have discussed?
One point I'd like to add that in
Yeah.
pricing, in B2B sales mostly closes on L1 basis or lowest one basis, but in B2C it's a more feature based quality versus premium. So in B2C segment still,
He said more of rationality.
yeah.
And this is more. I will not say it is totally, but basically it is more to do with emotions. Yeah. Anything else other than what
It's
volumes?
another time limit and delivery. Both are also there.
That we have discussed. The time in terms of buying cycle, buying and selling
Yes.
cycle is large, is big. Yeah.
And
Anything?
transaction cycle?
All will go in buying and selling cycle. Anything else? Yeah. So let me look at the chat. Sakshi, you want to say something because you have raised your hand.
Ma'am, the risk level involved is slightly low in B2C customers, but it is very high because a large amount of money is involved. So it is very high in B2B customers.
Okay. So here I would say you are accountable.
Yeah, accountability.
Yeah. So accountable, you may be asked why you did what you did. Here, nobody will ask me. Let's say I'm buying some product for my personal use. Nobody will ask me why you bought, show us some evidence. Why did you use this, right? But here they will, right? So therefore, because of the process, the formality, the degree, difference in degree in terms of volumes of purchase, huge difference exists between B2B and B2C. So there is a wall. You need to be extremely careful in recruiting the salespeople, in deploying them, training them, and then trying to figure out which salesperson will be deployed for B2B and which one will go for B2C. Now, let me give you a very quick example. Let us say I am representing Godrej. Appliances division, like your washing machine, your refrigerator, maybe AC, maybe your other electronic or items like your, micro ovens, things like that. So Godrej has to first decide if it is B2B or is it B2C. So let us take AC. So if it is AC, am I selling the ACs to bank, ATMs? Okay. Or am I selling ACs to end consumers like you and me? Or am I selling ACs to the channel members? Correct. Got it. So the first cut of decision will be whether B2B or B2C. If it is B2C, is it direct or is it indirect? So if it is direct, I go directly to the end consumer without any intermediary. If it is indirect, I use channel members who will sell it to the end consumer. Now, which one will be B2B, which one will be B2C in this entire scenario? This one, your sales people of Godrej, the sales people of Godrej will go to the bank, SBI, any bank. They will go and pitch the product. Are you getting me? Here, when the Godrej sales people, they will be approaching in indirect the channel members, maybe distributors, maybe dealers, maybe retailers. They will not be directly approaching the end consumers. Whereas indirect through the exclusive retail outlets or maybe e-commerce platform of the company, they will be directly reaching to the end consumers. So the salespersons who will be looking at these three scenarios will not be the same. The sales team will not be the same. Did you understand what I said?
Yes, ma'am. And even, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
coming back to the data also, for B2C, it is easily available. For B2B, it's not like easily available. You can go and pitch to anyone. And of course, you'll have to segment accordingly. So I think the data part is also
In
comes into
case
picture.
of data, in digital environment and scenario, data is not difficult. If
And
you
then,
have an e-com platform, why will data be difficult?
I mean, you're right in that sense. It's like for Amazon, it's B2C, it's different. But let's say for India Mart or there are channel wherein the information is available, but you'll have to pay for it, right?
Nothing is free, huh? Even
Yeah,
lunch
yeah.
is not free. But what you said, I do think it is a relevant point provided. Let us say whether the company first will go, let us say I'm focusing on B2C, will it go direct or indirect? What are the factors which will determine whether the company will go direct or indirect? What are the factors?
Usage of the product, maybe if it is a shampoo, you don't need to educate people on how to use it, but if it is a electronic product, probably
Depending
then
on the product characteristics, meaning does it require technical support? Yeah. Okay. What else? So product character is one. Any other point?
Accessibility also. So
What is
if say I want
accessible?
to, so if I want to go to a very remote place, so then I'll need to make a dealer and something. Maybe there is no delivery channel or proper delivery channel.
Product character will say whether you will go for intensive, exclusive, or selective. If it is a convenience product like milk, groceries, it has to be intensive distribution. But if it is a specialty good like furnitures, jewelries, or designer product, it has to be exclusive. And if it is a product like shopping product, like apparels, yeah, or like for example your daily items, like for example your electronics, it will be selective. Channel of distribution. So product character already covers this. Yeah. Any other?
Even the place, ma'am. So let's say
Affordability is also there. Affordability. Pricing affordability should be there in the particularly in the case of
So
individual
is it
customer.
is financial, financial strength of the company. If the company
Yes.
is financially very strong, it can afford to go for different channel. Why? Because each
Yes.
channel will ask for the margins, and you need to, invest money when you are going for a channel. Yeah. So depending on the financial strength of the company may go for a long channel, for a very a channel which is very, very, has more coverage. It is almost everywhere, national, pan-India, regional. Yeah, because of the financial strength of the company. If I'm financially not strong, I will myself ride on a bicycle and sell it. As in case of Kasanbai did in case of Nirma, the soap, the detergent, cycle. On the cycle, he did it initially. So, financial strength, expertise of the company. What is the company's expertise, meaning strength? Is the company strong in manufacturing? Is it strong in distribution? Is it strong in marketing? What is it strong? So, if it is strong in manufacturing come distribution, it will go for having its own channel. Got it? Understood? Yeah. Any other point which decides direct, indirect?
yes, ma'am. The place I was saying, place as in directly. Let's say you're available in Delhi, but you're not available in tier 3 city. So you need to have some channel so that you can market your product and send it to
No,
the
no.
tier 3
The
city.
question is not that. The question is what you said is, I'm in tier 1. I want to be in tier 2. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Will I go directly to tier 2 or should I use a channel to go to tier 2? That was my question.
It was indirect. I mean, the channel is
Channel.
something which we need so that we can save on the cost part.
So if you are going direct, you want to save money, you don't have lot of money, you want to push the benefits to the consumer in terms of pricing so that when directly from the company it goes to the end channel, the price is lower because you have no channel to part your margin.
Right.
If that's what you want, you can go for it. But do you have the expertise to reach to each of the individual consumer who are so cluttered, unlike your B2B, who are much more, there will be 3 customers, but they will be big in their volume of demand. But in terms of B2C, one customer here, there, you have to bring all the customers who are so diverse, so much dispersed, and they don't buy in bulk amount. Yeah. So would you be able to reach all of them directly? All cannot go for an e-com. I'm a startup. Would I be able to go for an e-com of my own as a company? My product is voluminous. Can I go for selling it online? Let us say I'm selling tractors, lorries. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So there are certain factors which makes the company decide, should we go direct or indirect in B2C? So what is that direct and indirect? The factor is one. Is the product a product which has a lot of technical specification, requires a lot of technical support, requires a lot of after-sale service, spare part has to be kept in the warehouse. So you need to have retailers, distributor, dealers, they will have their own warehouse, keep it. If people want, they can directly go over there and get it fixed. If the company does not have the financial strength, then you can go for direct. If the company has strength of manufacturing, distributing, it can do everything itself without depending on the intermediaries. If the company wants to have a direct control over the consumer, data, control, understanding the voice of the consumer, you will go direct. Because you are not depending on the retailer to share the data. Just now a gentleman said data. So if you want data, then you need to go direct. Even if you are buying, you never know what type of data they are sharing with you. Maybe they are not sharing all the data. Yeah. So therefore, depending on what the company wants, what is the company's strength, also you decide direct or indirect. The fourth point is the competitor. If the competitor has a offline channel, online channel, and you only have offline, then you don't have the core strength. They will be selling and touching upon individuals who are offline as well as online. So you need to see where is your competitor heading towards. Do they have online? Do they have offline? In that way, you need to understand. The next is your customer. Let us say your customer wants, I want a product. I don't want to travel. I don't have time to scan it through online. Can I buy a product on the spot? Meaning, can I go for live streaming as a platform to sell my product? Are you aware of live streaming?
Yes.
What it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Sayogita, please tell me what it is.
Live streaming.
Yeah, live streaming, Live.
Streaming.
Yes.
That is broadcast which is done live.
Yeah, but how do you use live streaming as a platform to sell your product?
Ma'am, when you're able to touch and
Social.
feel the
Tata
product.
okay, like you had this Sky shopping maybe.
Yes, ma'am. Sky Shop,
For Sky shopping, you can use it.
Steady shopping?
Sky shopping, earlier there used to be television Sky shopping channels used to be there.
No, I am not meaning that.
No.
They are
Are
all
you
recorded.
Are you talking about the Facebook live streaming and YouTube live streaming?
Yeah, it can be any live streaming. So let us say I'm a very popular influencer, yeah, a motivational speaker, yeah. So I run a live program. During the live program, I have a tie-up with brands which I have been using. I will showcase the brand, tell the plus and the minus of those products and brands. If you have anything to question me, you can on live question me. And it will not only be you, Mayank, there will be many followers who will be also questioning, trying to get some, understanding how to use the product, what can be the problem, where to buy the product, if something goes wrong, what all things which you want to get clarification, you can clarify on the spot. You can also buy on the spot, and discount is only open during the live stream. After that, there is no discount. Yeah.
And this is on the the influencer side, I would say. But coming
Absolutely.
back to the virtual reality, it's like, if I'm the ABC company and I wanted to launch some product, so I'll create the VR environment wherein you come as a customer. So you have the entire customer journey. You enter the store, you see the product, you wear it, or either you play around it, let's say iPhone, and you can see, okay, the real product, how it functions, what are the benefits are there. So people will be there, they'll assist you, and then you'll have the entire journey. They'll give you the
That's
discount, you will
true.
close
That's
the
true.
deal. So
Okay, fine, Amit, that's there. But the new concept is live streaming. For example, let us say I am watching. I would say I am watching my follower. I love that follower, and I'm watching him on a particular day when he comes live. He is wearing a very good apparel. He looks very beautiful or smart. He looks smart or she looks beautiful. I want to wear that apparel. What she is wearing. Yeah. So I can click on the link and ask her, is this apparel a one which you wore? Does it fade color? How comfortable it is? All details I ask, and she tries to revert online on the spot. And there will be an expression from my side, I'm interested to buy the product. A huge discount if I buy it online. And then maybe Shakshi, when she sees, madam is buying this product, why not me? When Shakshi will also go for buying the product there itself on the spot. And then Sanjali will also say, why Sakshi and madam, why not me? I will also buy. And in that way, on the spot, without visiting a physical store, you buy the product, you get all things clarified, you check with all those who are also interacting as a fan during the live, and the product is delivered to you. Yes, Amit. So it's a very, very different way of pitching the product.
No, absolutely, ma'am. I agree, and pretty much valid point. And most of the company have started using it. But I would say, coming back to Indians, we always, get into online, and then we say, okay, let's go offline and see, because sometimes you'll have the challenge. So coming back to the live streaming part of buying something, or whether it's virtual reality, you need to have the strong customer experience base, as in, the best customer service which you're gonna get it, because sometimes what you see is not what you get, right? And then you need the post sales experience.
Amit, there are different Gen Z, Millennium Gen, meaning
Yeah,
generation.
the baby
Yeah,
boomers. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
You're right.
So Amit, people like me would like to touch, feel, see, invest some time visiting to the physical store. But there are youths who would not, give a lot of importance to visiting the store when they're buying a lifestyle products.
You are completely right. Time is also a factor. These days, we are working 5 days, 6 days a week,
Yeah.
morning to night. Where's the time for people who was staying in metros or tier one cities even? So
Yeah.
you are perfectly saying what that is actually
So
actually
for
happening.
some consumer, that's why I said depending on the customer. If the customer, like for example, as we said, Amit is not wrong. China. China is a place which uses lot of live streaming, and they also use Groupons as a group buying,
Right, ma'am.
which
That's
is
the
not
new
in
thing.
case of India. I agree, but things are changing. New generations are very different. They want to buy and throw after 4 or 5 years, not unlike me, who would like to buy a mobile and use it for 10, maybe 15 years. But Gen
Yeah.
people who are of current generation, they will buy a mobile, maybe after 3 to 4 years, throw it and upgrade it to the 5G, 6G.
Yeah.
When
I
there
mean,
will
it's
be
like,
6G, I will be in 2G because I am oldie.
and not like, I mean, you gave the right example when it comes to the Gen Zs or the millennials.
So it is the customer.
And pretty much you're right, because let's say you buy an iPhone, you spend 1 lakh, right? And you buy an Oppo or Vivo, and within 10,000 rupees, and you change it within 6 months. So you will
Absolutely.
be changing five
Absolutely.
different or
Sure.
10 different phones. So
Absolutely.
that things are there.
Amit, can you just make it very short, simple? Whatever you are saying, that's good. That's nice. We're
Yeah.
getting your perspective, but we need to end the course also. I believe we are getting some other parts also. Just make it a little bit concise, so it's be
Okay. So when we are
not
talking
for you,
Sure,
ma'am.
sure,
about,
sure.
Talking for
It was
Amit.
relevant, but yeah, you're right. Thank you.
It's
yeah,
relevant, but it's not a group discussion. We need to end the course also, right?
yeah.
Thanks. Sorry.
So, okay. So when I'm talking about, what did I say? I said product, I said the company, I said competitor, I said customer. One thing which we are leaving is the environment or the situation. So when I'm saying environment or when I'm saying situation, it's all about socio-cultural and economic environment. So what is socio-cultural economy? Some of the culture, they love to go out and shop. Some culture they don't like, they do everything online. Some culture are so advanced, they do everything in the social media because their technology is very advanced. So therefore, depending on the social, cultural, economic environment, you also decide what would be your channel. So that is as far as B2C is concerned. Now the company also has, another thing which is to do with, when I said this is B2C, I said you go direct or you go indirect. And I said what are the factors which influences direct and indirect. Now let us say we will go a little bit on the indirect. So if we are going indirect, so how will it go? Let's say again I'm giving the example of Godrej appliances and AC. So now the company will sell it to the authorized dealers. Dealers will send it to the retailers. They will sell that, and retailers to the end consumer, right? Now, as Godrej, what it can do is it would think, okay, authorized dealer is somebody fine enough, our sales people will go approach them. Now, in terms of retailers, you have many choice of retailers to rope in. One is called modern retail outlets. Another is called multi-branded retail outlets, large retail formats, or exclusive retail stores, right? So here what we are doing as Godrej company, it is using the indirect channel where by appointing authorized dealers will be now trying to touch upon retailers will be sending to they will sell to the end consumer. Now, your B2B will be Godrej selling to authorized and retailer will be B2B. If Godrej thinks we will directly go to the exclusive retail store, our consumers will be directly touched upon. This is a combination of an indirect and a direct. Yeah, it's a combination of an indirect and direct. How indirect? Because your exclusive retail store may be a model which will be company owned or maybe a franchisee owned. So if it is a franchisee owned, correct, then you can be a little indirect than a direct. But whatever it is, if Godrej salespeople will go to authorized dealers and retailers and convince them, to decide to keep Godrej appliance in their retail store, your sales pitch, your terms and conditions, the benefits, everything will be different than when you are selling directly to the customer like me. So what will be different? Let us say you are the salesperson. So let us take the name Ram. Ram is the salesperson who is dealing with B2B. Correct? So when Ram goes to either authorized dealers or he goes to retailer, any retailers, be it multi-branded or large retail formats, modern, traditional, whatever. Traditional retails like Vijay stores in Mumbai. So when Ram goes to a Vijay store, yeah, either through an authorized dealer or directly they can also. So they have either this route, which is called, see, when Godrej goes to authorized dealers to retailer to end consumer is one way. So your channel level will be 1, 2, 3 levels. Godrej stores can also do it in this way. Their salespeople will go to retailers, which is regional retail outlets like Vijay store, who sells it to end consumer. So there is only one level. So you can determine 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, all I have said, depending on the factor, product, competitor, consumer, company, all this. Now, when you are selling, let us say the salesperson is selling to the retailer, which is Vijay store. How will he pitch to the Vijay store and say, look, you keep my product vis-a-vis if they are selling to consumer like you and me? So it's so very different. So to me, they will say this refrigerator is good, it has these features, whatever may be your requirement, it will be able to fulfill. If you are not able to make the payment, we will arrange EMI, all those things. But if they are approaching Vijay store, how will they approach? What is the benefits they will give to Vijay store? Vijay store is not buying one refrigerator. Vijay store will be buying many refrigerators of Godrej besides other refrigerators, Samsung, LG, Whirlpool, and many others. How will you convince Vijay store to keep your refrigerator? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So therefore, you need to understand that the salesperson, Mr. Ram, who will be approaching Vijay store to keep, I'm just talking of ACs now, or maybe washing machine, anyone, to make things a little simpler. Do you think Vijay store is only waiting for you? You please come. This entire space is for you, and you try to display your ACs or washing machine. Go, do it. No. Mr. Ram will be struggling to get a space in the retail outlet, which is called, can you tell me what is this space called in the retail outlet?
Display zone.
Okay, display zone. Any other?
Shelf space.
Yeah, selling space. Okay.
Shelf space. Shelf space.
Shelf space. Okay. Yeah.
Point of purchase display.
Okay. 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 This is called planogram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this Vijay store, let us say he has, let us name him Rohan. Mr. Rohan will have a planogram how his store will be planned, which space will be allocated. So he will say in this entire retail store space, this portion will be for AC, this much. And over here, this area will be for multinational brands. And this area, the last part of this will be going to Godrej. Ram cannot influence him, only Rohan. No, Rohan, give me this space for Godrej. No. And why is this space so important? Because as the person enters in through the door to the retailer, this catches the eye. It's very significant. So when multinational brands like Whirlpool, LG, Samsung, as you visit, almost your attention is taken care in this zone. By the time you go and reach to Godrej, you have almost decided to buy these products. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So sometimes the display of the product, the place they occupy plays a significant role. In real life, what happened? We also went to Vijay's store. So when we went to Vijay's store, we figured out the gentleman, he was not Rohan, but I am specifying here to make things easy. Mr. Rohan, what he did very cleverly, he made me not to go till Godrej, this zone. Why? Because he felt if I can influence this lady over here, she will not pay attention, neither will she go. Research says 75%, this was during the year 2015. Now things are changing, people are very different. So, of course, I have become more sophisticated. I know about online. I will browse online. I will check, do research, do some sort of search of information. Fine enough. But all will not behave like that. So, certain categories of people, most of them, they decide which brand to buy, particularly home appliances in the retail store. And the storekeeper plays extremely important. Now, who is the storekeeper in Vijay store? Manager is Rohan, but the storekeeper is Ranjan. So Ranjan, what he will do, he will try to convince customer A who is not very sophisticated and tell them, okay, you better go for Whirlpool or LG or Samsung or something else, but not Godrej. Why? Maybe because of the margin. Why? Maybe because of the discount. Something makes Mr. Ranjan to pitch the product other than Godrej. Is it possible or not possible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
If it is
Very much
possible, what will Godrej do? Then
And he should incentivize the person sales representative.
which person?
And the
Ranjan?
person, yeah.
Ranjan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, second thing, ma'am, they can buy
They can buy
in
that
place
spot also.
spot also.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Anything else? Any other way of doing it? Make it short, tell me. Any other points?
I'm giving big discounts, major discounts. That is a good attraction.
Correct. So one is you give lot of discounts. These are called trade discount. Trade discount means you are giving discount to Rohan and Ranjan, meaning to the channel members for the function, meaning for selling, for pitching. Okay, very good. What else? You will only give discount. Na? Whirlpool will not give discount. LG will not give. Samsung will not give. They will say, okay, man, please go and give discount. We will silently sit here. Yeah.
Striking up a relationship with Ranjan.
Sukhdev, if you develop a relationship with Ranjan, why will Ranjan, and how can you develop a relation? You means who? The salesperson of Godrej or the director of Godrej? Who will develop relation with Ranjan?
The representatives, ma'am.
Sales
The representatives, yeah.
The sales
representative.
Yes.
The sales rep will develop a relation with Rohan. Ranjan, how? How?
Ma'am, through emotional connect, maybe like on birthdays, they can send greetings to them, and they can have some courses for them to improve their knowledge also.
course.
Yeah, so some that way they can improve.
Fine. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
Even
just a minute. Let me just revert to her. Salesperson will strike a relation with Ranjan, and Rohan will be sitting over there and watching, doing nothing. He also has an influence on Ranjan more than the salesperson.
Right.
So do you think the salesperson of Godrej should go and convince Ranjan? And like Ranjan, there will be so many in the Vijay store and so many Vijay stores in Mumbai. Should they not strike a relation with Rohan than Ranjan? Think. Taran.
Yeah, ma'am. So ideally, the company should create a pull from the customer's point only. Like if they educate and create an awareness for the customer, and if a customer is yeah, demanding
Fine.
that I want to see this product.
Got it. So either you can go for a push or a pull or both. So what is a push? Push means the salesperson will push the product. For example, customer A comes to the retail store and then says, I want a detergent. What is the salesperson pushing? Tide, Surf, Ariel. Which one he is pushing is the push. Or the customer A comes and says, look, I want Surf. The salesperson will say, madam, don't go for Surf, Tide is now very good. It has come up with a very good box which you can, reuse, and there is some discount offer. Would you not like to have it? Push. What is pull? Pull is the customer does not come and say, give me a detergent. Nor does the customer say, give me Surf and get convinced with what the salesperson say. The customer will say, I want Surf. Salesperson says, madam, Surf is not there. Or says, take Tide. I will say, I'm not interested in Tide. Give me Surf. Is pull. Pull happens through advertising, through branding, or through consumer promotion. Push happens through trade promotion or when you are trying to connect with the traders with different types of offers. So you tell to the traders, look, if you are able to sell Godrej within a week, you get some discount. You get some incentive. Yeah. So you have to understand, just don't give discount. Discount should be linked to the performance. Every time, why should I give discount? Others will also give discount. So what I can do, like some of you suggested, madam, can we not buy this space? Not easy. Why not easy? Because the multinational, they have lot of, push and pull. They do a lot of advertising. There is a brand recall, brand salience, brand preference, give lot of margin. So you cannot compete with them for this space because they will not be sitting idle. Rather, what you should do, you negotiate with the trader or trade partner. Here is Vijay Sales for a slotting fee. This is called slotting fee. What is slotting fee? What is slotting? Slotting fee means neither will I be fighting for this space, nor should I be convinced with this space because it is far away. Here in the retail store, I will figure out some space which only will be dedicated to me, which Lakme does. So what does Lakme do? Lakme, what it does, it goes for selecting few retail stores. So let us say the zip code in Indore, they figured out that Mahu as a space, there are many retail stores. They figured out this particular retail store, they sell a lot. They know, they try to take secondary data, market intelligence, all of this. They figured out this particular retail store, which is a multi-branded retail store, sells a lot of, personal care products. So Lakme, what it does, it tries to take a particular space on payment and try to display Lakme product, nothing else in that particular space or area, and give them slotting fee, which is far more than the area which others occupy. Special margin discount price fees for the slotting area or the space. So in this retail space, this entire thing will be Lakme. So there will be a Lakme lady standing there. There will be Lakme banners, hoardings, display, shelf space, everything written Lakme. So a customer who enters into this retail store, the gentleman who runs the store, let us say Raman, he is there. Raman is there selling his product of his retail store, no problem. But Lakme store, a lady will be there, which may be Shruni. Shruni will only be trying to, pitch Lakme. So she will be observing the customer and maybe she will say, why not try some Lakme? Would you like to see some Lakme product? So there is an understanding between Mr. Raman and Mr. Shru and Madam Shruni, and this is not done at the level of Raman and Shruni. If it is a big retail store like Reliance Digital, it is Godrej sales team and Reliance Digital sales team. They will negotiate. Not Raman and Sumi, nor it will be between your sales team, Ram, Rohan, or Ram and Ranjan. No, it's the team which comes and goes for negotiation, because it is not one individual who will decide, nor you have the jurisdiction as a sales representative, either of the distributor or of the company individually, to take any decision. You don't have that jurisdiction, that authority. What happened in case of Godrej? It is a real life example. What they did, that they figured out which of the Vijay store in Mumbai, what are they doing in terms of performance? Are they able to sell Godrej? Are they not able to sell Godrej? Why a particular Vijay store is not able to sell? So they will be trying to plan their salespeople for some time, not totally permanently, for some time. Yeah, they are called canvassers. They canvass. They try to stand over there and as a surprise, or sometimes with the understanding, for some time these salespeople of Godrej will go and stand over there and try to pitch the product. Yeah, did you get me? So this salesperson will have a lot of data. What is the data? How are people coming? What is the question they are asking? How Vijay store salesperson is teaching? Why our brands are not doing well? Is it that they are asking for a particular model? Vijay store has not stocked that model. Are you understanding? There is stock out, or maybe they are saying, no, we are interested in Godrej, but the after sales service of Godrej is very bad. What is that they are trying to say? These canvassers will try to capture this and report it to the head office. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Understood? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so in B2B, I told you how things happens and what is the difference. I hope you have understood it. Now we will go for...
Ma'am, can you
Yeah.
repeat the conclusion briefly once again, please?
So what I said, I gave an example of B2B and I took a specific example of negotiation in B2B. So we discussed about, if you can see my whiteboard, about B2B and B2C. So example of B2B I gave in Godrej, where if Godrej tries to pitch the sales to the dealer, authorized dealer or retailer, it will be B2B. But if Godrej directly through its e-com platform, its own, not Amazon or Flipkart third party aggregator, no, directly, then it will be B2C. Or if they have their exclusive store by company owned salespeople, if they are selling, that is a direct. So you can go for a direct wherein you touch upon B2C and consumer. You can go indirect where you are going to institutional buyers, or you are going to channel partners, or you are selling to the private company, public company, to not individual but institution. Hence, the difference is rules, regulation, norms, policies, process, negotiation, relation, DMUs, more of rationality, huge volumes. There is sometimes sales cycle takes a lot of time. You need to be accountable, right? Everything is documented, written, discussed, but in B2C, it is not. Yeah. Any questions? This was all about the difference between B2B and B2C.
Ma'am,
Please
ma'am,
go.
if someone is buying a Samsung product from Samsung operated store or Samsung company shop, in which case where would this fit in?
Is it a company owned or is it in a franchisee model?
Company owned.
Then it will be direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like for example, Soch. Are you aware of Soch?
Yeah, that apparel brand, right?
Yeah. You know, some of the Soch exclusive showrooms, yeah, wherein the company has a huge control. They recruit, they set the SOPs, yeah, they monitor, they audit. So it's company owned, yeah. Some of the retail, models are not company owned; they are franchisee owned. So I'm talking about company. Now, Soch had an exclusive showroom. Soch is also available in multi-branded store. Yeah. Now, in multi-branded store, if you are the salesperson, let us say anyone, Sanjil is the Sanjil. Sanjil is the sales rep or sales representative of the brand Soch. So when Sahil goes to the exclusive retail outlet of the company vis-a-vis multi-branded retail outlets, like let us say Lifestyle or for that matter, I think many others are there, na? Just name few of them.
Shopper Stop.
Shopper Stop, yeah, very good.
West Side.
West Side.
So West Side में नहीं आएगा सोच. West Side is a brand of its own.
Ma'am, Lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yeah, Lifestyle, Shopper Stop, all this. Okay, fine. Now here in the exclusive retail outlet, this Sajil, the name, let's say Sajil. So Sajil will be very comfortable and visit exclusive showroom. Why? Exclusive showroom has its own design. You know, it is sophisticated. It has its technology. It's very easy to manage. It's their people. But Sajil will be little reluctant to go and pitch the product in multi-branded retail outlet because the ambience, the environment, the infrastructure, the sophisticated environment is not there. You need to pitch wherein you have to say, you look, go for also keeping Soch. Why are you only keeping W? Why are you keeping other brands? Yeah. But you also try to keep my. So you are fighting in multi-branded retail outlet for a space which should be given to Soch against many other apparel like W. Yeah, what else? Tell me. And what else? These are all different brands which you will find in multi-branded retail outlet. So they may say, no, we are not interested in Soch. You go, or we will give you a very small space or a space as per our dictates. So Sajil is very comfortable dealing with exclusive retail outlet. It is my company, it is my people, it is only my own brand. So I will say, give one more space to my brand, which you can get. But in the multi-branded, you have to tell why should we keep your brand, because there are so many other brands. So you're competing with many other brands. Selling skill is extremely difficult in a multi-branded vis-a-vis exclusive retail store. So therefore, many of the, यहाँ पर जो the storekeeper, the store manager, they will say, Soch representative hardly visit us. They hardly give us service. But they always go to exclusive retail outlet. वहाँ जाएंगे, they will have tea, they will have some food to eat, they will be treated very differently. Hardly there is anything to debate and discuss. It's a new arrival, just go and stock it. Over. Understanding? So both are B2B, but then the nuances, the gravity of your negotiation, your competition is extremely different. So even in B2B, there will be many layers. Yeah. Yeah, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And also what happens when you are dealing with the channel, but it is very exciting, you know. It's very interesting because what happens now when you are dealing with, let us say, just give me a minute. So let us say Mr. Mayan. So Mr. Mayan is the sales head. Yeah? And now Mr. Mayank is dealing with B2B. And what is that? I will make things a little complicated. So Mr. Mayank, I am telling you that please go and discuss and try to influence the multi-branded retail outlets to stock our products. Yeah. And also I say, Mayank, you also go to the dealers and say to stock our products. Why? Because Godrej goes in this way: dealers, retailers, end consumer. Another channel is Godrej, it is the retailers and the end consumers. So one channel is this, another channel is this. Now, when Mayank will go to this channel, yeah, on a visit, he will try to see what is happening. As a sales rep, you have to, as a sales head, you have to go. Now, Mayank, you tell me what can be the nuances when you go and deal and sell your products, your ideas to these type of channel. One is dealer, retailer, another is retailer. You are till retailer, you are not going to end consumer. Yeah.
I'm in the case with the dealer because it's our own company. They'll be well aware of our product and everything.
Dealer, it's an independent dealer stocking many other products. Dealer is different, retailer is different. Yeah.
We'll first have to do the competitor analysis and give him the detail as to why he should stock our product.
पहला
first.
तो है you will get a huge conflict between the dealer and the retailer, meaning there will be a huge conflict. They will eat up your head saying, Sarji, this channel is a tough competitor for me. So retailer is selling everything, you are the, and he is bypassing the dealer.
Dealer.
So the conflict is called as a vertical conflict. Conflict between the dealer and the retailer. So dealer will say, no, 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 all business retailers is taking. So he is bypassing me and you are giving them good margin. So I will not do business with you. Walmart is a big retailer who can eat a dealer. They are so big. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Or it may so happen the retailer, which is a multi-branded retail outlet, vis-a-vis exclusive retail outlet or a regional retail outlet like Vijay Store, they will fight with each other. Why? Why they will fight with each other? Which is called horizontal. And you need to resolve all these things. Maya, half of your time will go only in resolving conflict, which does not happen in case of B2C. What will you do? Why there is a conflict? Can there be a conflict between MBOs and EBOs and traditional retail outlets? Possible?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am,
Levi's
because
jeans had this as a real life example. Levi's jeans. You know why? Because the catchment area, catchment, you understand what is catchment? In the catchment area, if there is already a existing retail outlet, multi-branded retail outlet, why did you have an exclusive retail outlet? They are eating our market. We will not stop your product. Levi's had this problem. Shiva Indra, did you understand?
Yes.
So what will you do if there is such a conflict? So Mr.
We-
Mayank went with a, suit, boot, and he went to the retail store. He thought, I will sell my brand. Before he go sell his new launch, fight. First resolve the fight, otherwise they will not sell your product. And you know
we
what
can
they
give
do?
them exclusive models. We can give them some exclusive models with better dealer margins.
Whom will you give exclusive?
The dealers, the dealers, not the. We can have some models for MBOs also, some market for EBOs also.
Here it is
They'll fight.
important. Yeah, these are all same levels. If you give him something extraordinary, not to him, then he will say, I will not stock your product, get out from here. They are so ruthless, Life cannot be so goody, but interesting. How interesting? You need to be dynamic to provide them solution. Yes. But you have given a good, Shivendra. different model for different channels. Yeah, you know Puma. Are you aware of Puma?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Sportswear brand, yeah.
Correct. Puma had a huge fight with Jawbone. Jawbone is an e-com platform. You know, when Puma and Jawbone, both of them entered into a tie-up of selling, Jawbone said, if I am selling Puma online, I should get lot of discount which should be offered to the customers. So customers were very happy to go to Jawbone and buy Puma because huge discount, that too for premium products. Puma faced a huge rift from the retailers. These were the physical retailers. They said, if you are selling your premium products on Jawbone, which is online, we will not stock your products because people are buying online. Any inventory which is on the shelf life of a retail store, it's working capital blockage. It is blocked. So huge fight. The channel is not that easy wherein you are dealing with B2B. All understood? Okay. So I think you have all understood what is the difference between B2B and B2C. Now it is
DMDC stands for different model,
different model for different channels.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So now it is 11:47. We will go for a break. I will come back by around 12:02. And then we will take up the case. Yeah?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.
Alok, Shakshi, Amit, and I think it was also Mr. Sukhdev. So I went through your, your PPT which you have shared. First of all, I will thank you for the effort which you took and you have expressed and, tried to identify the concern, the issues and your point, which we can take it some time. Maybe I can devote some time by mutually understanding when you are available. Maybe some other weekend when you are available after the class, those 4 participants one-on-one we can discuss. Yeah. So what I said is I would thank Alok, Amit, Shakshi, and I think Shubdev, those who have shared their PPT. They have put effort, so I appreciate it. I would, in case they want to, I can take it forward, maybe in some class on one-to-one, if they want to figure out or if they want to share, or would they like to know something extra from my end? If it is so, then we can take it forward. Else, I thank them for their effort which they have put and taken time to share it. Okay, having said that, let's try to address upon the case. Yeah. So may I request all of you to go through the case, meaning please turn the page and let's be all on the same page. So if we start with the case EMC, this case is all about a software company and how they proceeded and moved forward. So in a case discussion, generally we appreciate if the participants can bring some insight. So I would request you to be very precise when I ask you a question and then we will take it for the discussion. So can anyone tell me what was the concern of the protagonist? If you can all go to para 1 of the case, what was the concern of the protagonist? Please. Can anyone tell me? Have you read the case? What was William's concern? He was a senior vice president. Yeah. And he had a good career in EMC and wanted to solve customers' problem. Who were the customer of EMC? Yeah. Not read the case? Have you people read the case?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, we have an exam tomorrow, so most of
Okay.
the time we have to dedicate it to that. So that is the reason I'm not able to read
So
it.
what happens now, if you people don't read the case, you would not be able to connect. So should we do it in this way? I would rather concentrate on the framework and theory, and
Ma'am.
maybe next class we will discuss
Yes,
the
ma'am.
case so that you come prepared.
Yes,
Would
ma'am.
that be
Yes.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
That would
ma'am.
be yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, ma'am.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is maybe I can give you some questions so that you can read the case and come prepared on the questions which are assignment questions, right?
Yes,
No, ma'am.
Okay.
So that you can link with the framework and the theory which I would be discussing. Fine, good. Okay, not an issue. Now, this case is about consumer insight, right? So let me use a whiteboard. What is consumer insight? Why is it so important? Yeah, which is called consumer centricity. This case is about customer centricity. What is customer centricity? Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, you have to make it has to be cut to fit and not one size fits all. That is customer centricity.
Okay. Okay. Any other answer? A quick point without making it very long.
Keeping customer in
centricity.
center.
Ah.
Keeping customer in center while developing product.
Yeah. So not only product, your culture should be. There is some background sound.
Ma'am, also the communication, keeping the customer.
Correct. So customer centricity means your culture, meaning culture of the company should be customer oriented. You know, like for example, let us say a hospital says we cure through care. This mission statement of theirs tells about their culture. The customer is the central part of the organization, not only in terms of product development or designing the communication. It is not only the marketing department which is responsible for customer, it is everyone. All are responsible and all are equally empowered to ensure that customers are our, the motto is centrality of the culture of the organization is excellence, customer service, no question return policy, yeah, cure through care. All these speaks about the customer orientation or centricity. Generally, what happens when a company sells a product can be hardware, software, whatever, it is a tangible goods. So when you are selling a hardware like laptop, it's a tangible goods, yeah, which you can touch, feel, all this. But as you become customer centric, you have to move towards, can anyone tell me, towards service or experience? Yeah. So you deliver good service, you give them good experience. It has to be more customized, it has to be more personalized. So therefore, there is a transition from pure goods, which is tangible. You slowly and steadily move towards the giving of experience in terms of consulting, giving experience in terms of involving the customer in your product design, involving customer in taking the feedback, trying to understand what is their problem. Okay, that's one. The second is, when you are saying centricity means you really care. Care about whom? Care about your customer. They are your priority. Let me give you an example of Disney. You know, Disney tells to its staff that you are not the employee. You know, you are the actor. We are developing a script. We are in a theater. Every day we are playing a new script. You are the actor. You should have the same enthusiasm, same smile, same energy. When consumers see you in the morning and when they move in the evening, they see you with the same energy. And they say that so you are the host, you are the actor, you are the host. And customers are not customers, they are our guests. So no guest should go as unpleased, dissatisfied, they should not be having any sort of pain. So the way you treat your customer as a host, so staff, employees are hosts, and the customers or clients are their guests. So that's the culture of the organization. Let's take the example of a retail outlet. So this retail outlet is called Nordstrom. Okay, so Nordstrom is known for its customer excellence. So this retail outlet does not go for repair of the tire, but there is a nice story behind this retail outlet. Once a lady comes to this retail outlet and then she says, I want to fix my tire. So can I deliver it over here? You fix it. And then I'm leaving my address. You can connect me after the tire gets fixed. So the manager does not question, keeps the tire. After he fixes the tire, gives a call to the lady. The lady comes and collects the tire. Now, when she comes and collects the tire, she has a smile on her face. And this smile is a smile of guilt. Why? Because she has learned in the course that this outlet was not for fixing of your tires. Still then the manager never questions, fixes it, gives a call, as promised, delivers it. It's a story. Actually, it does not. It's a story. The story says that any salesperson of this retail outlet, when they go for excellence in terms of service delivery and customer, response, they get a memento, and the memento is in the form of a tire to remind them of the story that how the company has a policy, no question service. Yeah. So therefore, you need to understand how you can go for giving extraordinary, memorable experience. And it will only happen if it is a part of the culture. And for this, you need to have good staff and encouraging staffs. Companies which believe in customer centricity and customer care, they first believe in employee. You can name them employee, you can name them host. Starbucks name them baristas, you can give them any name, but treat them important the way you treat your external customers. Yeah.
even check कर लो आ गया कि नहीं.
Yeah, please silence. Mute. Extra calls, mute. Personal talks, mute, please. So when employees are treated well, they feel productive, they feel encouraged, attrition rate reduces, the quality delivered is excellent. Hence, you can make the external customer extremely happy and delighted. How will you make your employees, important, treat them with respect? They are your important customer, first internal customer, and then external customer. So some of the companies, they have this as their culture, but not that every company has it. So such companies, they believe in holistic marketing. They believe in holistic marketing, which means this is the company, this is the customer, this is the employee and the staff. So in holistic marketing, there has to be a connect in this way. What does it mean? It means as a company, you should not only go for external communication in terms of advertising, promotion, all those things. That's not only thing which will result in centricity. What is important is company should also interact with each and every employee, make them feel equally important, relevant, accountable. Even the gatekeeper is equally important. So every mission, vision, objective of the company, the culture of the company should be known to every employee. Employees should be, enrolled or involved in this process of developing the mission. They should be empowered to take some action to go beyond their roles for delivering extraordinary service. They should be empowered, and employees should have so this is called internal marketing. This is external, this is internal between company and staff. External is company, brand, and customer. And this is interactive. What is interactive? Meaning dialogue, not monologue. Right? So I remember when I write some email to the sales rep, I get a very mechanical answer. That's not interactive. Interactive is a very customized, personalized dialogue, interactions. Yeah. So therefore, a holistic marketing gives importance to external, internal, and interactive marketing. So every department, every individual knows what is his role, how much they are accountable and empowered, and how important is the customer, be it internal or external. Till here, any questions? Secondly, when a company is in one business, which this company was into, one business beyond a point becomes very risky. Like D-Mart. During COVID, they had an extraordinarily bad time. They were doing extremely well. But when there was COVID, they could not survive. Why? Because they were only into the physical format. They were not into digital format. So when you are only into one business, it is very risky. So as a company, you need to grow. Growth is something which you need to be extremely always aiming at, but not at the cost of customer satisfaction. So what are the ways you can grow? 1, 2, 3, 4 ways you can grow. This is as for Ansroff matrix. So he says growth can be in terms of penetration. So matrix 1 is on penetration. It can be on product development, next growth. The third growth is market development, and the final growth is diversification. So let us say we go with the first, which is penetration. What does it mean? It means this one, same product, same market, meaning the segment. Meaning, if this is your segment, you have to sell them again and again your product. So product does not change, market does not change. You penetrate again, go on selling. That's penetration. The second is your market changes. So it is different market or segment. And this one is the same product, meaning product remaining same. So let us take the example of any company where the product remains same. For example, let us say a bag. The target was the urban. Now they would like to go for having ATM for the rural. So ATM remaining same, they are now targeting a different segment. This is called market development. So you need to see which market, which segment my existing product will fit. Number 3 is called as same market but a different product. So this is called product development, meaning if you are selling to the to the urban, are you coming up with some new product? So if you are coming up with a new product, let's say initially paper boat was selling some products having a particular fruit juice. Now it has extended the variant, the flavor, different types of fruit to the same market. So product development, meaning you are coming with a new product. What is diversification? Product is new, market new. So you go to a new category. So let us say you were initially selling, let us say, apparels, now you go for selling lifestyle product, footwear, maybe groceries, maybe food, maybe anything. But is it a related diversification or a unrelated? For example, if you were selling food items, now you have gone from food to, let us say, drinks. These are all related to food. It may be vegetable, it may be grocery, it may be drink, it may be ready to eat, ready to cook, whatever. But from that category, if you are going to, let us say, I would say you go to manufacturing, maybe you would like to go to automobile industry. So that will be an unrelated diversification. So as a company, you can grow in 4 different ways, and this will be 1 and 2, which is related or unrelated. Now, when a company goes for related or unrelated, whatever diversification, it can go for merge, acquisition, partnership, collaboration, or it can do it self. It can do it by own, or it can go for partnership, or it can go for merge, acquisition, collaboration, whatever. In the case, when you read the case, you will try to understand in what way the company grew. Was it that the company initially was into commercial market, meaning B2B? Later on, they felt we should go for B2C. Is it that the company was more targeting to the large business houses, later on moved to the small business houses, and then to the individual consumer? So, did the landscape move from B2B to B2C, or in B2B from large to medium and the small segment? You need to understand. Sometimes what happens when you move to different segment, you may move with the same product, or you may have to design a different product depending on the characteristics, needs, and requirement of the segment. Till here, any question? I will read the chat, and if you have any question, feel free to ask. Yeah. Any questions? Yes, Sayogita, you have raised the hand.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, like you said, no, external communication and internal communication. So external communication would be like advertising for customers to the target audience, and internal communication will be to employees internally. But nowadays we are doing external communication to employees also through employer branding, right? Potential employees, as in.
Yeah. So can you give an example?
Like on our, for example, in digital, on our digital channels, we are sharing what facilities we are giving to employees, how we are celebrating, different Women's Day or anything. So that way we are spreading our culture, and potential employees can know what all facilities the company is providing and attract talent to our company. So, so will that be also a part here, is what I'm asking.
I'm telling you. Generally, when you would like to, communicate to the external world, be it target audience, public, or whoever, you take different types of external communication medium or advertising, boarding, so many. Nowadays, there is a new media called social influencer. Social influencer are of 2 types. One is in B2C scenario, it will be any micro influencer, mega, macro, or celebrity. Yeah. But in B2B, the social influencer will be your own employee having a blog.
Right, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah? So that is an external communication where you are using your employees to enhance or communicate or, talk about your brand. Because as an internal employee, you know about your brands. Yeah. You run a blog, so you don't just speak about the brand or your company, you talk about products. For example, let us say I am an employee who is working for a smartphone and I represent Samsung, right? So if I have to be a social influencer in B2B, if I only talk about Samsung and my company, people will start doubting me. So what I will do, I will be talking about the expertise in technology, what type of gadgets should you buy, when you buy a gadget, how should you use, maintain? And then I say, Samsung has this, that, and then pitch for it. Correct? So therefore, that would come in the external. Of course, I am using my employee. So it will be external communication.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And also, Sayogita, if you have to attract talent for Samsung, naturally, when an employee speaks about Samsung, their culture, how they work, definitely it speaks a lot, and you need not to spend a lot on advertising to attract or depend on the headhunters.
Yeah, we create brand advocates only.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other question relating to the growth? Yeah, so somebody has written great work to place kind of survey also a part of the internal marketing. I did not get this chat. Can the person explain?
Just to interact with their employees in terms of product and services, whatever the organization is having, and just to guiding them, just to take that feedback from the employees, like how we are moving ahead. So that's why such kind of survey can
Absolutely.
internal market.
Newsletter, surveys,
Exactly.
appreciation, annual meeting, retreat. All these are ways how
And
you
just
can
to update,
involve.
just to update about the organization, like hierarchy as well as the growth journey also, it can be also a part of this kind of internal marketing, just to aware about the company's insights.
Yes. So look, I can give some examples. Look, sometimes what happens now, companies, they quickly and very randomly they check. They will call somebody, maybe some staff, maybe somebody who is just like a clerical level. They will call and say, okay, do you know the culture of our organization? Okay, tell me, can you contribute in any ways to the customers delight? So if a person feels, what is this all about, that means the communication has not gone to that level. He is not a part of it. He is somehow, everything appears foreign to him. He does not know the mission, the vision. I think you people will be coming to IIM Indore campus, so when you come, you will just see how we have put our mission, vision statement. It has to be well displayed, it has to be well communicated. You should ask to the employees, do they understand the statement? Because you need to make them feel they are the part of the mission statement. They are equally important. Even our gatekeeper or the security guard is equally important, right? So that's one. The second is, there are some companies, the leaders, sometimes they just walk in the corridor, and they will be chatting with the employee or the staff or the clerk, spending some time eating with them, having lunch. Why do they do this? Because they want to understand at what level is our employee, aware of our culture, and does he feel privileged or empowered to be a part of our organization. So all these are the culture which you need to be if you are to be a centricity, customer centricity. Yes, Amin.
Well, coming back to the same example which you have given, I think I was reading a book by Richard Branson, and he was the first person who said, if you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients.
Sure. And why it
that's
is,
the
Amit?
philosophy.
Because of the profit chain. There is a concept called profit chain. So let me use the whiteboard. So this says, so profit chain is you start with your employee. So this employee, internal employee. So in internal employee, if they are satisfied, why they are satisfied? Because there is transparency, they know their roles, they are well trained, they are explained in detail during their induction. So there is a clarity. So when they are satisfied, the internal employee will be more motivated, which will increase their productivity, reduce their attrition. They will deliver service quality. Good service quality will make customer satisfied. If customer is satisfied, they will be loyal. If they are loyal, meaning the customer, it impacts the bottom line in terms of revenue and profit. So this is called service chain. There is a chain. Yeah. So if your customer, like for example, You know, some of the companies, when their product becomes very complicated, like you will see in this case, ECM, when product becomes very complicated, the employees also start feeling, you know, a lot of pressure. So when there is a lot of pressure, they will not be able to deliver the product. Why now? Because there is a lot of products, product portfolio has enlarged, clientele has changed. I will give you a real life example. You know, Starbucks in early 2000 till 2000, consecutively for 11 years, their sales, their revenue was all up. All of a sudden, their sales became very rocky, and then they figured out why was this happening. You would be surprised to know till this time they did not have any advertising, nor did they have any dedicated marketing department. They did not have any, you know, chief marketing officer like that. They did not. They were doing extremely well. All of a sudden, when their sales went down, they became very, you know, conscious. Why was sales going down? They went for a survey. Yeah, this is called market research. So when they went for a survey, they figured out that there were three categories of customer. One category were dissatisfied, the second was somewhat satisfied, and third was delighted. Yeah. And this was really, really something which was surprising. Why? Because till 2000, their sales were doing extremely well. They were earning profit and revenue. They figured out why were people dissatisfied. You know what could be the reason? When they went for a deep analysis, they figured out one reason was the product portfolio. Product portfolio and the customer. The clientele have changed. Initially, the customers were sophisticated, educated, high income women. Now their clientele customers are youth, not very educated because they're college going, not high income because they don't have their own earning, and they were not women only. No, they were many others. No more only women. These customers wanted to spend time in Starbucks, relax, chat, interact with barista. Barista means the staff of Starbucks. So initially, Starbucks staff, meaning barista, would remember each woman name, would exchange smile, talk to them, and give them the coffee, serve them, which made them highly delighted. But when these customers came, their need requirements changed. They wanted quick service, no personal talks, and very, very fast delivery. Yeah, meaning checkout, payment on the way. They wanted to carry it on the way, not sit over there, you know, and spend time, relax, socialize. That was not their requirement. Now, when product, the portfolio, meaning the number of products which Starbucks offered extremely increased, not only that, the process of preparing the coffee also became very complicated. Naturally, barista, when products are complicated more in the menu, when process of making product becomes more elaborate and complex, when the clientele requirement needs base changes, the entire, you know, load comes on barista. So therefore, baristas felt demotivated, dejected, and started leaving the organization. The attrition increased. When attrition of the employee increases, it's not only that you spend on HR, which means advertisement, selection, recruitment, training, development. It's not that only. It is that when a good employee leaves your organization, you also carry the customer with you. The customer comes because of a particular barista, particularly these customers, these. The barista would know their name, would prepare the coffee before they give the order because they knew what type of coffee a particular woman needs. So when that barista goes, these women never wanted to come back to Starbucks again. So you need to understand that it is a chain. So it's not only the money which you invest when somebody leaves, you also have some impact on the client then. Any questions? Yeah. Any questions?
No, Ron, thank you.
Okay. Now, when you are delivering a tangible product, which is a laptop or which is a hardware, vis-a-vis when you are delivering a service has a very different characteristics. Can you tell me what is the different characteristics of a service? That to software, digital products, they have very different characteristics. Yeah. Now, so when, let me use the whiteboard. So if you look over here, just a second, let me take to the previous slide. So what did I say? I said that it will move from tangible goods, which is pure tangible goods, which is hardware. You slowly go towards pure services. So when I say pure services, it is like consulting, therapy, counseling. When I say pure tangible good, it is the hardware, right? Maybe a keyboard, maybe a mouse, maybe a laptop. It's pure tangible goods. You can also be in the hybrid. When I'm saying hybrid, it's a mix of goods and services, meaning hardware and software. When you are at this part of the continuum, you are more of goods, meaning you are selling laptop, but if there is some problem with the laptop, you are giving after sale service, but goods are more. So you are selling laptop, that's the majority, and I may be needing maybe once in a annually a service. When you move here, it is more of service and less of goods, tangible goods. So that means, let us say you as a company, you also are giving lot of training, hand holding experiences. It is little bit of pure goods, maybe a booklet or maybe some kits, but you are engaging more in service delivery like education, training and all those. But when you are going for pure services, it is more to do with consulting, counseling, which has no element of goods, which is tangible. As a marketer, your challenge is the way you deal at this juncture would not be same the way you deliver service, that to pure service. So services and goods, they are extremely different. So let me tell you how they are different. So when I'm saying service, it may include, experience also, and it may also include digital service. This digital service means which you offer through digital, or rather I would say experience also, listening to music online and things like that. Here you have tangible goods, which is goods like which you can feel, touch, see, all this. So the difference is over here, one which is called as intangible. So you cannot hold, you cannot touch, you can only feel. So this is a pure tangible good, this mobile, right? I can touch, I can see, I can feel. But experience, service, these are intangible. So whatever I'm delivering, you are experiencing it. So therefore, it's very, very difficult for a manager to make a person evaluate the service before experiencing it. Meaning, even if I'm not buying this product, I'm just going to the retail outlet, holding it, touching it, opening it, seeing it, I can evaluate it. But if you have to attend a class or a dental service or a physician service, you need to understand how to evaluate them. So you cannot touch the service of a physician. So therefore, we have three more P's when you are dealing with service, which is called process, people, excuse me, physical evidence. Which means, let's say you would like to go to the restaurant and you would like, before consuming, experiencing, you would like to see the process. So sometimes people have open kitchen so that you can see how they follow the SOP or maintain the hygiene. Next is the people. People means when you see the staff, when you see the nurses, when you see the doctors, their dress code, yeah, the way they appear, how approachable they are, that also gives a feel. The people who are involved in the process, meaning, let's say I'm going to a physical or rather a clinic, and I just want to understand whether clinic A is better in terms of dental or clinic B. So looking at the people, meaning the doctor, his dress, the clientele, the staff, the nurse, I can understand or make a surrogate of what can be the service of A doctor vis-a-vis B or A clinic vis-a-vis B. Finally is the physical evidence. What is physical evidence? So I'm undecided, should I go for Dr. A or Dr. B or clinic A, clinic B? Almost they are same. And I have neither experience A or B. Of course, I can depend on the customer's review, feedback, whatever it is, but I also want to give my own assessment. So what I do, I go for depending on the physical evidence, meaning what is the location of clinic A vis-a-vis clinic B, number one. Number two, what are the equipments used in clinic A vis-a-vis clinic B? How technically clinic A is advanced vis-a-vis clinic B? These are called physical evidence. What is written on the nameplate of the doctor, his qualification, physical evidence. Yeah. So all these will help you to evaluate service which is intangible. That's one. The second difference is when you are delivering service, it has an element of heterogeneity. Heterogeneity. What does it mean? It means if I'm delivering you today a class, and let us say we have another section of your batch, I don't think so I will be exactly delivering the way I've been there, because it's a person who can differ. For example, if you are going to a physician, in the morning he has a good mood, in the evening he does not have a good mood. So it may vary. Let us say you are given the same facility to cook vis-a-vis another chef who cooks better. So it is different. Hence, there is an element of heterogeneity, meaning difference in the delivery. Karan, I will come back to you. Just give me a minute. The third difference is in terms of, can anyone tell me? Perishability. Perishability means today, if you are not being sitting in the seat of the aircraft, it's a missing opportunity. It is lost. We cannot store it. So therefore, you need to figure out any seat in a hotel, in a restaurant, in an airport, airlines which is into service goes vacant, it is a loss. You cannot store it. So you should see how demand and supply will match. So if it matches, there is nothing which goes as, a missed opportunity. And finally, can anyone tell me what is the difference? Difference is most of the time you have to go to a place and the person who will deliver, both of you have to come to a common point for production and consumption to happen at the same time. For example, if I have to go to Gitanjali spa or salon, I have to go and I have to tell this is the haircut which I want. I say, she does, production, consumption happening for which we need to go to a place. These are some of the things which are the challenge of service and experience. Now, marketers, what they have done, each of the challenge and peculiarity of services, they have addressed it through bringing demand supply in sync, through automation, through standard operating procedures, and many other things have been now developed to ensure that the uniqueness of service is taken. Tarang, please go ahead. You had a question.
Ma'am, can you please explain process part once again?
process. So let us say you are going to a restaurant and you would like to place the order, but you are not sure how do they cook, do they follow SOP, are they very hygienic, what about their utensils? So it will be an open kitchen wherein you can see everything, how do they maintain the hygiene, the cleanliness, the standard operating procedure, and that helps you to evaluate.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question. If we are selling a product through digital means, it would also come into service category?
Not everything will come under service. Like for example, if you are selling a refrigerator through online is a platform of physical distribution. The product is physical, tangible, which is refrigerator.
Okay, so we'll
But-
have to, yeah.
But if I am a mental patient who is going online and taking the service of a psychiatrist or a clinical psychologist, it is a service delivered digitally.
Okay, so it would be somewhere in between both of
It
them.
is yes, it's a service. But if I'm listening to a music, yeah, so that will be your digital product. Digital product. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, any questions? Yes, Sakshi, I think Sakshi had the question. Taran, you also had raised the hand.
No, ma'am, got it solved. The process part, you explained it.
Ma'am, if for the food that we order on Zomato or Swiggy, where would that stand?
You tell me. What is the thing which you are ordering?
Food.
Food. What food? Let's say dosa.
Okay.
Yeah. So dosa is the food. Yeah. The service is delivered through the digital platform. So it's a channel of distribution. But the service of having the dosa, the person coming and taking the order, all these things will come in the service part.
Okay.
For example, let's say you have placed an order on Zomato and then you have some problem. Now you want that it has to be fixed. So the interaction which you have, yeah, the way they respond, that will be service, which is after sale service. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, it was Sanjil Shahid. I don't know. It is Sanjil. Maybe. Sanjil, I am delivering you something. That's the education. That is learning. It's service. Can you touch it? Can you touch my service?
No.
Yeah, but if I am giving you the PPT or I am giving you this note, this spiral, this reading material, it will be a tangible good product. Yeah.
Yes. So it could, I mean, both could exist at the same time, is what
Yes,
you
yes, yes. Like I will give you another example to clarify. Ponds. Pond cold cream. Tangible, pure product. Nobody comes and applies cream on your face as a salesperson. Does the company salesperson come?
No.
No. But now, Sajil, what they have done slowly and steadily, Ponds has entered into having its own retail outlet like Lakme has. They have apps like Cure. You know, there is a cream called Cure Cream. So what they do, they have an app and they give service. What service? They will check your skin. They will try to understand what type of problems you have. They will give you some gyan, meaning some sort of formula, some advices. Do this, do that, follow this. Download the app, check your skin, take a picture of the skin. So it's a mix of goods and services. Goods is the Pond's cream. Services is they will test your skin, they will take an appointment, they will suggest you the diet, there will be dietitians, that is service. And what is consulting? Consulting is that if you want to have some sort of, advice, I want to go for a particular marriage, tell me how I should dress up, makeup, makeover, that is consulting. So Ponds as a cold cream which started with a pure product can go to the extent of service to consult. Did you get me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now companies, what they do, they are trying to figure out how we will be, roping or I would say hooking the customer lifelong so that they don't leave us. So let us take the example of Apple. So what does Apple do? So Apple, when it is selling its hardware, it also says we will sell you some software. This will be only applicable, viable, compatible on your device only. So that you are always tied up. Now you buy one gadget, Apple mobile, but how many apps, the maintenance, all recurring things can be included so that your revenue increases. Did you get?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, any questions?
What was this fourth point, ma'am? After perishability, you were explaining the point of production and
Production and consumption most of the time happen at the same time. Meaning, I will tell I want a haircut. I have gone to Gitanjali spa. I say I want a haircut. So I have to go, na? Is it that I will sit here, she will be there, haircut automatically will happen? Will it?
No, yeah.
No. You have to go, she has to some common place. Maybe you have to go, maybe she will come to your place. But this production and consumption has to happen in a place of commonality. Meaning a common place where both of us are. Now, most of the time now companies are thinking some of the services, there is no need for you and me to come. Like today, have you come to our campus? No, na? Digital has helped us to connect. I'm delivering a service. So some of the services can be delivered without you coming or I going. So it has been delivered digitally. But now let us say I have to have a haircut. Can it be delivered digitally? Can it be?
No.
No. So some products you can, some products you cannot. Then what to do? That means you either have to go to Gitanjali or Gitanjali has to come to you. Now, as a marketer, it is your challenge to see, can we do something else? Example. Madam, you tell me when you buy something, let us say grocery, food items, either you buy online or you go to the retail store. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Either you go to the retail store or you buy online. Is there a third way how you buy? Can anyone tell me a third way to buy? That neither I go nor they come. It cannot be, na? Either I go to the physical store or I have to buy digitally, meaning the physical store is available online. Possible or no? Yeah?
Yes.
But I can make it possible. Neither will I go to you nor will you come to me midway. Tesco did it. Yes. How did it do? Retail is all about service, meaning you are giving service of buying the product. That's the service of a retail outlet. Now this retailer, what they did, Tesco, they figured out that Korean people spend a lot of time in the public transport, meaning in the metros. When they go through metros, there is some time when they wait. Koreans, they are always on the gadget. Chinese, Koreans, always. They are very advanced in gadgets. Yeah. So what they did, Tesco brought in digital retail outlet on the metro station. Meaning the outlet was not a retail outlet, a traditional conventional retail outlet. No, it was a digital hoarding with all sorts of product. You have a smart mobile, take the pictures, place the order, and once the cart has all the order of the item, so let us say I'm a Korean, I'm going to my office. During that time, I have a lot of time. I'm waiting in the station, let's say 5, 10, 15 minutes. During that time, I will use my smart gadgets, take all the pictures which are there from Tesco, place the order, get huge discount. By the time I reach home from my office, It is delivered at my home. Yeah, understood. This may not be applicable for Dubai. You need to understand the culture. Why Dubai has big families. They love to go for outing. And they will buy big products, meaning family size products. And buying is something which they enjoy. Yeah. So there they would rather give importance to family size, to good brands, because they give a lot of importance to looks. They are very good in looking, they look beautiful, but they still give a lot of importance to beautification. Yeah, there is a lot of parlors. After every 1 minute, 1 foot, you will get a parlor, next parlor, next parlor. Lot of importance to beautification, even if they cover their head and the face. Why? Think. You will get the answer yourself. So big house, more families, big packs, lot of beautification products, hugely brand conscious. Yeah, that's their culture. Look at Chinese, small hands. They don't go for families. They cannot. Chota chota happen. Small hands. Yeah. So looking at the culture, you have to also design your strategy. It has to be culture specific. Yeah. So therefore, you need to understand what type of culture an organization or a client or a family or an individual represents. Accordingly, try and design. So in terms of services, when you deliver service and there are people, the language which you use should be extremely important. You should not be very mechanical, a cosmetic smile, which gives a feel that it is so very artificial. Yeah, so people are trained. Yeah. And now let me look at the chat. Maybe there is a message. Dear person, we kindly request you. Achha, that's it. That's by default message. Okay. Yeah, Sakshi, you have raised the hand.
Ma'am, is the concept of airport shopping has also come under this category?
Okay. No, airport shopping is another place to go for shopping. And why do they do that? Because they saw people loiter a lot, they wait a lot. Sometimes they would like to explore, or sometimes what happens, they have enough money which they want to spend, or they did not have time to go through the city. So this is the place where they can carry some memento, some sweets, chocolates. So there are different reasons why you have retail outlets in different spots.
Okay, ma'am.
You know, like Thailand, I was there in Thailand for a couple of weeks. They love variety, they love aesthetic, they love, yeah. So when you go to the retail store, I remember I went the first week I went to the retail store. Please mute your, your personal talks. So I went to the retail store day one, my first week. After 1 week, I went to the same retail store. I was confused because their product display had changed. They changed. That is what they are. They love. So therefore, for them, it's a part of the culture. For me, it is difficult because that's not what I'm used to. So therefore, you need to figure out how you will go for delivering services, which is so very different and difficult. Having said that, now you need to understand, fine enough, for this I need to have intelligence. What is intelligence? Meaning insight. So we need customer insight. So there is a difference between marketing research and customer insight. Of course, any company which is customer centricity, that's the culture, they would believe, love, and invest on customer insight. But let's try to understand what is market research. Is it different from customer insight? Yeah, please go ahead one by one. Very precisely, can you say what is the difference? Yeah.
Market research is basically the data oriented, just a data oriented, and the customer insight is mainly for the customer oriented. Basically, the customer perspectives we need to understand here. And for the market research, there are so many data like the demand pattern, buying pattern, and the projection, and the past journey, and these all. So market research refers to a data metrics, as well as the customer insight refers here the customer orientation, behavioral kind of behavioral
Okay.
aspects.
So you are saying that marketing research is about data and consumer insight is about behavior. Am I right?
Exactly.
Everybody agrees? Anyone would differ? Can you give an example to substantiate your answer? I think, yeah, hello?
Yeah, for example, like if any company want to go for this market development or some product development agenda, so they need to understand the demand of this particular segment, and the in terms of the market potential, what about the market potential, and what strategy should be there to capture the market share in that particular segment, as well as if the same company is going to develop the market in terms of the customer insight activities. So here they
Okay.
will only conduct the customer
Sure. So
surveys and
let
these
us
all.
make it little more simple and precise. This is about what? This is about why. So this says what is happening. This will say why it is happening. Got it? So this will give you all data. It will say what money, female in the class are more serious. This is what. But why are female in my class more serious? It is inside. I'm just giving a random example. Even male are equally serious. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this market research is all about the what, which means the data, more to do with the quantitative, more to do with the descriptive. But when I'm saying it is insight, it is more to do with how do you use the data? How do you use the narratives, meaning what people talk, speak, what is their sentiments floating in the online? Yeah. You may go for giving recommendation, whereas in market research, you just go for gathering correctly said by the person about who are the customer, who are the competitor, what is the market size, all about statistics. But insight is all about the why and more about the explorations. So now, if you recollect, when I talked about the journey of consumer behavior, so let me share the whiteboard. So the journey can be described in any way. It can go in this way, it can go in this way, it can go in this way, depending on the platform or the fish, whatever may be the journey. You need to understand the phases of the journey and try to gather the data and the information, which is market research. What is the pain point? How people go, how people behave, why do they buy A, and after buying A, they buy B, what? All about what. But when I'm concentrating on why, then it is about consumer insight. I will give you an example. Let us say I am buying online. Sanjay, I will just come, give me a minute. I am buying online. So you as a marketer can know what this lady is buying. Is she buying grocery? Is she buying a particular brand? If she is buying a particular grocery, how many items, how frequently, yeah, all those things. What is the size of the ticket or the basket? But why is she buying a particular brand? Why did she pick up a particular product, and when she bought that product, she bought another product, and every time when she buys A, she buys B? Why? That is all about insight, right? So if you have to go for customer insight, what are the tools available? So before I go for the tools, I think it was Sakshi who has raised the hand. Yeah, Sakshi, please go ahead. You had a question, Sakshi.
No, ma'am, I was just answering. As per me, if I talk about customer insights, it would be store based. And when I talk about market research, then it would be company based, wherein I'll segment my customers and I will ask the question considering the whole group of segment which I'm considering.
Not necessarily. It can be retailer, it can be company, it can be brand, but it's all about the data. It's all about the, the raw data which you are collecting. But insight is how I use the data for my marketing strategy or action. Example, let us say I see Sakshi is always buying Tata brand, Tata Namak, Tata, and salt, Tata turmeric, everything Tata. That is what, and that information company can get very easily from the the footfalls, the traces which you leave. But why is Sakshi buying only Tata? Why not MDH? Why not Everest? Why not others? How will I know? How will I know?
Like insights, customer insights.
Yeah. How will I know, Sakshi? Why are you buying Tata unless and otherwise I interact with Sakshi? If I only observe Sakshi, what she is doing in the digital, I take the footprints of digital, I can get to know what Sakshi is buying. But why is Sakshi buying Tata? How will I know? Am I Brahma to know? Oh, do some gyan, some meditation. I will know. No. I have to ask Sakshi.
Ma'am,
Are you understanding what I'm telling?
Yes,
Sakshi.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, it would be then, for example, if a company is launching a new brand, for example, Lakme is launching a new lipstick or something, then it would go for the market research or it would take the consumer insight.
It depends on the objective of the company.
Because ultimately the aim of the company.
No, for example, if the company feels, I want to launch a new lipstick for a new segment, then you have to go for an insight. What attributes should I give? Which segment should I go? Why will they buy my brand? The objective is why exploring, discovering. If the objective is no, I want a description. Which type of customer will buy my lipstick? Is it Sakshi? Is it 20 years age? Is it 25 years age group will buy? Is it only female will buy? Is it ladies or women or working, non-working? What? Which is all descriptive market research.
Can we say if the demographic is small, we use customer insight? If the demographic is bigger, then we use market research?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, Sanjil. I will tell you. I will answer you, Sakshi. Give me a minute. Yes, Sanjil.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, when we document customer feedback, would that go as insight?
If your research objective is please describe CRIBE, describe who will buy new lipstick XYZ. So run a market research and say, ask them, will you buy? Where from will you buy? What will you buy? Are you willing to pay all this? So I will like to know, will Jayaprakash buy, Sanjil buy, Sakshi buy, Alok buy? Describe who will buy. Yeah. But why will Sanjil buy and not Sakshi? Why? Meaning exploring. Exploring the reason. What you are doing, why you are doing. I'm not interested what you are doing. I'm not interested, Sajil, why you have made yourself mute. That is what. So I am knowing, 20 participants in this class, they knew. That is what? Through market research. Yeah. But why a person mutes, does never come to the screen is the why. The exploration of the reason of their behavior, which is very intrinsic, very qualitative, very detailed deep dive is insight. And insight does not only say why. From the why answer, you try to somehow use it for your marketing research. For example, let us say Amazon. What does Amazon do? Now, Amazon is trying to figure out this lady, meaning me. She views a particular type of content. Okay. And they have been seeing this history. What is she doing? So they see this lady always is trying to see sports type, many games, sports, this type of content. and then they will go to my blog or maybe social media or some place where I also try to speak about my feelings, my experience, what word I say, what sentiments I use. So let us say I will be saying, India played a match with Australia. They did not play well. It was not very exciting. Something I will be saying. Whatever I say, my sentiments, Amazon will be doing an analysis of the sentiments. Not only will understand what content I see, they will also understand why I'm seeing a particular content through the sentiment analysis floating in the digital media, and then they will go for a predictive analysis that this lady will be watching games, but games of this nature, because the sentiment analysis says these are the games which she enjoys, and hence they will do predictive analysis and recommend me to see A, B, C, D content. Did you get me? So Amazon is taking the help of market research as well as of consumer insight so that they do predictive analysis and retain the customer. Yeah.
So, ma'am, just to ask, suppose, Netflix, once I watch a movie and they show me the recommendation, so it is a customer insight?
No, it is more of a consumer market research. So what they do a market research. They see that these are the contents which you have been consuming, and then they recommend. So it's a very simple type of a market research and analysis. But if they are giving you some content which are new, you have not seen, so what I said in the match, I said, I like certain things which are very exciting, which are unpredictable, which gives a kick to my thinking. So they know that this lady is not only watching cricket match, but the matches which are unpredictable, which are very enjoyable, which are thrilling. So based on the market research, meaning seeing sports, but also on the insight that not any sports excites her. The sports which has an element of curiosity, uncertainty, you understand? Those will be the ones which they will go for prediction. And if they do so, they will be more effective than if they're only using MR and telling you, this is what you see, please see this, please see this, please see this. All in the same range, and I will feel frustrated.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Did you get me? Understood? That's a very higher level. For example, if Amazon feels this lady, whenever she is buying a shirt, she is buying a tie. Yeah. So if she is buying a shirt, why she is buying a tie? If they try to capture my sentiment in some forum, meaning Facebook, Amazon will have a link, will follow me in the Facebook in some place where I have a digital footprint, analyze the sentiment. There I said, I have a boyfriend, and therefore every month I buy a shirt with a tie. So then they will not only suggest me whenever I buy a shirt and a tie, they will suggest me more attractive ways of giving gifts. They enlarge it because they know what I buy, why I buy. If it is only what, they will just tell me if I am buying a shirt, a tie, a shirt, a tie. I will also feel frustrated, move away from Amazon, go to some other place to explore.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Just to ask one more doubt. Suppose when we go to Amazon and we buy something, so in down they give again a recommendation that two products are bought together frequently. So that is again a market research?
Yes. But when Netflix asked me, why are you leaving? Give us the reason why you are leaving, and they gave me the 10 options, and I put a tick. I'm leaving because the contents are horrible. The movies are not good. They understood. This lady is leaving, but because of the poor content, then there will be some, some connect with me, a customized advertising that this is a new movie which has a better content, because they know which type of content I have been seeing in other platforms. So connect. Only if you are reading my footprints on Amazon is MR. But if you are going through connecting me in different zoner, platform, areas, spaces, it will be inside.
Okay.
You are
Thank you.
listening to my voice.
Yeah.
It's not what I speak. It is also what I think. It is also what I behave. So these three things always are not in tandem. I may think something, I may say something, I may do something. But as a researcher, if you can capture what I say, what I think, what I do, then you will be able to predict me better. So, what I say, survey. What I do, experiment. What I think, neuroscience. Understood? So, what I say, survey, interviews. What I do, experiment, footprints, traces. Yeah, bill, dekh lo mera bill. If you check my bill from the retail store, you will know what I have done. But what I think, how will you know? Tell me. How will you know? Abhishek, Alok, Pavan, Jayaprakash, tell me. Anil, Shreya, Tanay, Vignesh, what I am thinking now, tell me. Abhi ka abhi what I am thinking, tell me. Can you tell?
No, Professor.
No.
We should be God.
But I can tell. How can I tell? I will be using neuroscience, meaning what is your brain doing? Which part of the brain is having a flow of the blood which excites you to such an extent that even if there is a class going, you will mute yourself, rush to the kitchen and eat because the impulse part of the brain has been triggered. Neuroscience says in the brain, which part gets triggered, what signal does it give, and therefore how you act. So, three zoner, what people say, what people do, what people's mind think. Yeah. So it is about survey, experiments, it is about observation, and it is about mechanical device. Paco Uphill is an environmental psychologist. What he does is he tries to scan, view, review the behavior of consumer in the retail store over many, many years. And he gives lot of consultation and advices for visual merchandising and point of purchase display. So in the next class, we will discuss the case. And in the next class, we will go for understanding the insight of the consumer through following the research techniques, both quali, quanti, what people say, do, and think. I'm done. I hope you have been able to connect. If you have any question, very quick question, and then we will call it a day. Yes, Amit, you have raised the hand.
Yes, ma'am. So technically, you're right. We cannot, find out what you are thinking, but maybe neuroscience or certain analysis based on experience you can predict.
Yes.
But on a lighter side, what about the mentalist? They always claim they know what you're thinking, and they sometimes, I think most of the time, they are right. Even I've seen.
I will not go for hypnotism. I will not go for hypnotism. Yes, ma'am. Very quick question. Then we will leave.
No,
Yeah.
thanks, ma'am.
Ma'am, can we consider it that collection of data would be market research and analyzing that data would be customer insight?
No. Insight also results into listening to the voice of customer. For example, if I have a corridor discussion, I'm trying to understand what you are trying to say, and not with the survey which has questions with the answers. That's not insight. Insight is a conversation, reading your mind, observing you deep, and then analyzing and then designing a marketing strategy is consumer insight.
Thank you.
Next class, I will explain in detail. Don't worry. Yeah. So all of you come prepared with the case. Next class, we will discuss the case, and subsequent class, we will go for understanding the brain, what you say, what you do, what you do. Thank you all. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.